Alright guys, we're back more Far Cry 3. It is the next day. I worked a lot today, but yeah, it's already pretty late. It's like 12:40. I'm not gonna record too much, probably just this one episode, but we are gonna continue on here, obviously, with Far Cry 3. Okay. Yeah, not that much to update on today. Really just this morning.
Until I change clothes.
Oh shit.
Can't kill anyone. Can't put them on alert.
Watching this whole production, knowing that she's not getting away with it, the gall of this woman to just flat out lie to us and pretend as she's casting a vote. Like, I watch Big Brother because I like watching people lie to each other for some dumb reason. So like there is a part of me that watches her try to lie to me, and I'm like, like I see what you're doing here. It's like that one aspect of it. I actually like I don't know. She provided me a lot more entertainment in that eviction episode than I think I
Holy
was.
shit!
Oh, can I kill him?
You're gonna die screaming!
I'm
Okay.
otherwise very much on board with everything else that you said. So
Yeah, so this morning, I did get to prep the Hitman video. I downloaded all the footage, and I did make a thumbnail. However, the plan was to also start writing it, and I did not really get it. I was not able to really do that this morning. Kind of started to get a headache a bit. I was like, ah, fuck it, let's just lay down and make sure that headache's gone by the time I go to work. So that's really what I focused on this morning after that. Yeah, by the time, so yeah, I went to work, came back, got up pretty late today, didn't get home until around 11. So obviously it's been about an hour and a half since then. In that time, I did start writing the script.
I think that's what it is. You enjoy being, like, fooled a little bit. Like, or not fooled, but, like, you enjoy the attempt at fooling you.
Huh?
And I'm just like, how dare you?
Oh, fuck.
yeah, well, I think, yeah, like I said, like I agree with you. Like, if I felt like what I've seen
Stealth missions.
not only on Twitter and like the usual places, but I've also seen like articles, headlines of like Nicole being mean to Ian, Nicole lied. Like I saw like articles about like Nicole tries to fool fan base. So like I feel like it's out there enough that I'm not like, because otherwise I'd be like, hey guys, she's a liar. Just you need to know. But I feel like it's out there, and that makes me feel a little bit like I can kind of laugh at it a little more.
Can't kill anyone. Can't put them on alert.
And he's like pointing. And he's like, you know what I'm talking about? Where he's like pointing and it's like, hey, this is what's going on.
Yes. From What's About Town Hollywood.
That's how I feel like when I saw that like clip, like that.
What was that?
Yeah, and I'm like, we're untouchable. I was like, you guys need this.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
What? That alerted too?
Above Nicole is
Okay, cool.
Terry, who had fallen down below Cody. Ian Terry, who did take a bit of a hit this week. Not a big one, to be honest. Now, Ian, who he started the preseason in the top tier, he has fallen a decent amount. But you know, given his week, where like his game has blown up, you know, his attitude was not great the whole way through. I think that this was actually a pretty decent placement for Ian this week. Again, decent fall in terms of his points.
Yeah, so,
Can't kill anyone. Can't put them
yeah, I
on
was able
alert.
to get a start on the Hitman video. Really, I just wrote the intro, and then I talked about the prologue, or the tutorial, the 2 tutorial missions. So tomorrow before work, I do work pretty early, so I probably won't have time to work on the video tomorrow morning. And then after work, it's Big Brothers. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to work on it at all. Ideally, I would like to have it done by the end of Monday, but I'm not really feeling I'm not feeling too confident about that right now.
I agree with that. I feel like the last taste we had of Ian was this good exit on the episode that most people saw, and I really feel like that helped cement his legacy here in the upper tier and prevented it from falling any further here. How did you
Can't
feel
jump in the
about,
cenote,
Ian
too
coming?
risky. Can't kill anyone, can't put them on alert.
Yeah, well aware. Fuck.
I didn't expect it to be of all the winners on the list. I would have never expected Ian to be one of them that wanted to come back. I thought he was
What?
fine having passed, but
I thought Ian was one of the logs to come back. Oh, the winners.
he hadn't really spoken about. I didn't know anything about. So I did appreciate that the dialogue he had with Kaiser and some of the houseguests about it. I definitely subscribe to what you said, Taryn, which the worst thing about all this stuff that's been hitting the headlines is that we know Ian wouldn't have wanted it this way. I don't think Ian, the whole reason Ian hadn't said anything was he wanted to be known as Ian, the Big Brother 14 winner, and the Big Brother 22 houseguest, not Ian headline here, which is pretty much what has happened at this point. So when he gets that phone, I know he's going to be upset. Now that being said, his final week in the house, I had mixed feelings about because he definitely went the route of like, well, I'm not gonna play ball, like this, I'm not about this, yada yada yada. And I think part of it is, I think it's frustration because I do think Ian kind of played, Ian kind of did classic Ian.
You know what I mean?
Outside of that one moment before the pick two people comp that Christmas fought very hard to win, by the way. He was very much ready to do some stuff had he gotten his way. But then he goes out early, or maybe
Damn
it
bugs.
that's part of the match. The point is, he had one moment where he was going to do something, then he didn't, then he kind of went back to the old school subscription of I'm going to continue sleeping in the first half, and I'm going to wake up and go to war in the second half and do some stuff there to get the damage in. He just never got to do anything, and I think he realizes he kind of...
Why are we getting a stealth tutorial right now?
I don't think he was
Like, we're like in the back third of the game.
He did everything he could, leading to the exit, and then that was the classiest exit I could have ever imagined for Ian. I definitely did not think he was going to just
Fuck.
react to any of the things he saw. Doesn't seem like he
Fuck off.
now, but I also, having seen that part now, I'm like, I feel like Ian would have been fine if he didn't get to use his goodbye messages or like, any of that drama. So, we'll just have to wait and see with him. He's the jury foreman now, so, that's a new position for him to be in. Yeah, and I am curious to see what being on the jury will do legacy-wise. I think that generally being a non-bitter juror is going to be good for your legacy. That people really respect it when you respect the game. However, if you are a bitter juror and you're very funny and witty about it, that can also help your legacy. A bitter juror that is not fun about it, that's the worst place to be, I think, in terms of legacy. So I'm very curious to see over the rest of the season when we start getting jury segments and, after the season ends and we get the votes, what that may do legacy-wise. I do feel ultimately that this is pretty good placement for Ian. I do think, his legacy probably takes a bit of a hit here
Yeah, so, that's what the Hitman video, got that small portion done.
Like nothing can take that away from you. So, when you beat
Again, ideally, I would have the entire video done
player of all time,
by,
your legacy at the very least is always going to be a little bit above average.
There, you know what? There, hear that? That's like,
Better not be sleeping around.
I think, I think Cody, in season 19, people really liked him being, mad at Paul, but, he got away with it, you know what I mean? Like, there are bitter jurors that can, get away with it, you know what I mean? But it is pretty rare, I do think. I think it's pretty rare overall.
Can't be that hard.
yeah, I feel like I've only seen season 20,
oof.
season 21, once, and only seen the finale once. But I will never forget the smile that
She's
she
making more
had on her face, nodding as Tyler's speaking. She's like, uh-huh. It's so funny.
I do think, I think Bailey's a controversial one in terms of some people loved the bitterness, some people hated the bitterness. But yeah, it definitely, I think it's a tough line to walk. And I do also think you also can't be a pander. There's also the non-bitter jurors that are panders, that do the
Wait, what? Oh, fuck.
I just want to not ask a question. I just want to address the jury that this is the best player of all time. People don't like that either. So you gotta be. Yeah, there's certain jury etiquette, I think. All right.
I think that was Jack Matthews last season. He really got up there and was like, I just want to wish both of you guys a good game. Then I'm going to be voting for the best player. We get it. We know you're voting for your bro.
Sit down.
Yeah, sit down and shut up. We don't care.
Yeah.
I think that.
All right. Well, above Ian, we do have Cody. Now Cody, who has gone above Nicole and Ian. They did both fall, but Cody did also rise this week for the first time. He has been very consistently in the same spot since the preseason, and then last.
Yeah, so my Survivor What If video came out today as well, and that performed pretty well. For a while, it was performing way above expectation. I mean, even now actually, it's still pretty much matching my dream casting video, which that means it's on pace for around 9,000 views, 9 to 10,000 views, somewhere in that range, which is that's pretty good. It's at over 4,000 right now. I feel like it's pretty good. That's higher than expectation for me. I was expecting to be slightly below that, probably more so headed for the 7,500, maybe 8,000 range.
I should find a safer way in.
What makes you so sure about that?
Ah, shit.
I think this is as far to the bottom as you can possibly.
Yeah. I see some in the chat too that people already trying to say well, he doesn't get credit for this because of pre-gaming, which I think is kind of a weird argument because one, we still don't know what the real extent of the pre-gaming was. I don't think we will have
They were pre-gaming. Stop it.
It can be a big extent because I think a lot of people are still under the impression that there was a massive pre-game alliance formed, which I think
should find a safer way in.
What?
Do you have additional information for us?
I don't know anything. There's no way he can bring you that.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that's
I
it.
think Tyler pregames with everyone.
I think that, like, I mean, as far as pre-gaming goes, I feel like if anyone did even just a tiny bit of pre-gaming, you can't be mad at someone for pre-gaming harder than you and for it working out more for them than for you. Even if you just reached out to one person and were like, hey, are you going to be on this season? You can't be mad at coordinated Zoom calls because we broke the rules. Just because you only cheated on number 17, you can't be mad at someone writing the entire, like, answer key with their arm. Like, you cheated, you just didn't do it, you know, full throttle. So, if everyone pre-gamed a little, I can't be mad at someone for pre-gaming a little. That's my opinion.
I mean, I agree, I mean, my opinion has always been, regardless of the extent of the
Fuck.
the game, like, even if Cody had made a huge alliance or whatever it is, especially when talking about legacy, in terms of, like, how good is this player, like, you cannot have Dr. Will in the top number 2, if you're gonna say Cody doesn't count because of pre-gaming, because Dr. Will, literally like the biggest pre-gamer of all time, cheated, saw the list of the cast, made pre-game deals to share money with people. Like this guy is the poster boy of pre-gaming. You know, if you're going to apply the argument, it does have to be applied, I think, equally here. Again, though, in my opinion, the extent of the pre-gaming, based on what I've seen on the feed, especially in what like my read of it, is that I think him and Memphis, I think him and Nicole probably had some contact with Tyler.
You know what I need?
And I think he already knew Enzo, but Enzo's been very anti. I don't think Enzo pre-gamed with anyone, but I think they knew each other
Steve's
prior
covered the
to it.
tattoos.
And then who else am I thinking of? I don't think he was in any contact with Danny based on the conversations that they've had. And based
Sam,
on how
I'm
he
good to
saw
go.
her pre-game.
Guy's ID
or
says
how
his
he
name is
saw her
Foster,
pre-game,
so how am I supposed to act?
And then, you know, maybe I think I'd be curious to know where Baby's pre-game was. She talked about, or she was rumored to have had a pre-game with Janelle. I think Janelle and Danny. I think Nicole and Danny.
All right, boys coming in for inspection of his new man. Everyone line up for processing. Prepare for scanning. Clear. Next, come on, move forward. All right. Let's go, move it through.
I think that's most.
Are you clear?
Obviously Janelle.
All right, next.
Yeah.
Good, Foster.
I think that I subscribe to the same idea that Kenny brought up, where once everyone's pre-gaming, if someone does it better than the other person, I can't be mad about it. Like, the pre-game worked out again. Not all the information's out there. I do want to say, and I'm not like a Cody defender, right? But once the first wall yeller out to half the house, and you're still able to control the game and talk about it, like, good for you. You know, good for you. It's kind of like.
Ah shit, I accidentally closed it.
Okay.
Kind of like a bit of an equalizer. It was a
Hey,
yeah, he's got to deal with
tell anybody about the conversation.
Then multiple wall yeller came, he starts yelling at
You're
the
fucking
wall yeller,
good.
which is hilarious. But I think that he's a bit of a trouble.
Yeah, the what if video, I'm pretty happy with how that performed. Pretty confident about the future videos. It'll be interesting to see a week from today my Redefining the Tribes video comes out, and I'm not feeling confident about that video, but we'll see how it does.
And I thought someone like Tyler was going to be the first guy who was going to get this kind of stuff done and have the game by now. However, Cody has slowly but surely
I'm not going to
taken
lie.
over and is
We're all here to make it
quietly
back.
getting to the end without any.
Yeah, I think if Cody wins this season, I think Cody is
My father
one of the best players of all time. And like, I think my list, like, I am gonna be redoing my top 10 list. Number 1's still Dan. 2 is probably gonna be Derek at this point. Which before I had him at number 4.
my humble business here. And I expect all of you to be safe.
Number 3 is tough. I think Cody might be number 3. I think it could be Andy.
Protect my product.
But I do think they are 3 and 4. I think Hayden probably drops for me to 5, if not even possibly 5 be Will, and then 6 be Hayden. But I do think 6 could also be Tyler, depending on how his season ends.
Savages want to destroy my life's work, my pride and joy. Show them we mean business. We have a special on this month.
Let's watch out for each other.
Your very own island. For the head of Jason Brody.
But at entry level, right away, someone you haven't really spoken to is essentially trying to guarantee you're alive in the first place. That's what the biggest thing. And like, it's honestly one of those, like, just because you're shown the puzzle doesn't mean you can immediately do it. You still gotta find the pieces to put them together as you go along. Like, you can see how the puzzle's done all you want. Like, you still have the skill and the patience to slowly implement it more and more. So, it takes skill. It takes skill to have information, have knowledge of things, and then still put them together. Yeah. And the thing about it too is that, like, these are things that, like, again, everybody, in my opinion,
Oh, we actually drive the boat.
pre-gaming is what equal to equal level of you. That when there are people that have pre-existing relationships, pre-gaming allows you to kind of make up for the lack of those relationships, because you can start to build things and you can get a better sense of who knows who and what kind of relationships already exist. So I actually, in a season of returning players, I actually
Sam, I just got off the boat.
Now you can walk among the privateers, but do not let them observe you doing things like killing, strangling, bombing, electrocuting.
One of Hoyt's men offered me a way in. A group of traders planning to steal from Hoyt. I'm thinking, I kill these guys. Hoyt trusts me.
Ah, yes, the Dresden Shuffle, the best choice. It would have been quicker to kill you off the table, yeah? I have monitored the traders from the inside. They've got 3 fighters. One of them might be carrying a rule sheet
in the top
logging
tier.
all their members.
Oh,
Them.
Enzo.
Acquire the sheet, and I will make sure Hoyt knows what a good soldier
I don't know
you are.
how to
Where are they based?
successfully transition these
Temple.
people, but
Coordinates.
Enzo above Cody in the top tier, he just manages to crack the top tier. And
So where are we
for
going?
the first time now, a top tier contender.
Oh, we can fast travel
I don't know
everywhere.
why I wasn't there before, y'all. What's going on? That's it. Like, what's happening here, Kimmy?
Okay.
I mean, no, I definitely want him in the top tier, but I'm not gonna sit here and say I wanted him above Tyler, but he was the one that I was excited about. Like, I feel like Enzo's playing a flawless game. I feel like Enzo's playing a flawless game. I feel like Enzo is someone that he's constantly rooting for. I feel like
I just,
Enzo,
oh, fuck off.
I feel
Of course,
like
that's what happened.
Enzo, you know, he's good at PR, he's good with people, he's
Oh.
good at comms, he,
Well,
you know, is going by his skills.
yeah, well.
He is not someone that anyone will put up on the blog. Well, for the most part. And like, what is it like? He's someone that I honestly, if Davon wasn't there, I wouldn't mind voting for him for AFC. I wouldn't mind. He's
Now, that rule sheet. Let's take care of those captains.
You've got an adequate warning.
fucking hilarious. Like, he's so funny. I can't handle it. He's so funny.
Yes. Enzo, I think, really has. Enzo is one of the top sort of
Actually, I think Enzo might end up being a top 10 player too. I said this in my mid-season power ranking, that I think Nicole, Tyler, Cody, Enzo, possibly Memphis are top 10, are candidates to be in the top 10 player list. I mean, okay, I switched the game. Oh, I didn't realize what I was doing here.
Still got it. Enzo still got it. We joked about him, going in and doing the exact same thing. Loki kind of started off that way, but I like seeing that he's involved in a lot more. He's tied into so many other side deals, and for weeks now, it's like, well, no matter who wins it, Enzo's not being looked at. Enzo's safe for another week and another week and another week. And on top of all this,
Whatever.
he's also one part of his game that he believes that the big flaw, one flaw in his game was no confidence. He's gonna win that final, competition. He's got a couple under his belt now. He's protect the captain. And I do think that this is something that he's worked. He's behind built with a little bit of work in, and he's still serious with the house. I feel like he's worked with the long term, and he's the conversation. I do think because we've seen him enough, there's parts of him on the feet that I'm a little bit exhausted of. But that doesn't mean that it's
Oh shit.
the other stuff that he's saying. So he's someone that if I saw him again, not mad at it at all. I'm very into it, very excited about it, and we just see more about it. I think that despite him thinking that he would...
Yeah, for me, I feel like Cody and Tyler are pretty solidified on the top 10 list. It's just a matter of where they place on that list. Enzo, I think, is like hovering on the edge of that list. Nicole is probably starting to get further away, I think. I think she definitely would have been very close pre-last week, but I do feel like this last week has been pretty bad for her, and I'm about to fucking die. Yeah. Then Memphis, I think the only way he makes the list is if he wins. If he wins, I think there's consideration for him to be towards the bottom of the list. Outside of that, I don't feel like he's really in consideration, but he's the only one left on the list that I think could be in the top 10. Or left on, like, he's the only one in the cast I think could be top 10. I believe the only person that was in the top 10 on my list at all was Tyler, right? Which is probably indicative of the cast. Alright, that's one. Yeah, I think he's gonna have trouble with the end game. So where's the third one?
Still nothing. Last guy better be carrying something.
But this week, he's bounced back a little bit. Now, he used to be right on the tail of Janelle, right on the line of the Pantheon. No longer the case. This week, he is just
to some fucked up places.
Still towards the bottom of the top tier points wise.
You got that?
But
You have to be up here, man. This thing's gonna collapse.
Okay, fuck.
Not the sheet. What is it? No.
pointing in the right direction for Tyler, but Main Season 2 is still taking a bit of a hit here. I'm still not sure he can make his pantheon, but if they lose the game from here, wins the game, maybe it's in the cards, but that hit was still pretty big here. Tell me how you felt about Tyler.
What?
In the palm of her hands, but I mean, I do think, like, I don't care what you want. Like, if you want to go home, I want to send someone home and then you do something. That's what you first want done. So, but as far as Tyler goes, you know, I think this is a good place for him. You know, everyone should have won.
Sam, I visited the temple. Got all 3 guys. Nothing.
And,
The role
you know,
alludes
if he
you.
does end up winning this
This
season, I
makes me
feel like,
sad.
Yeah, but I did find a note. They're meeting in a couple of days. Apparently, it's important.
The role will be at the meeting. I am happy again. In the meantime, there's something I must fix for Hoyt. Want to come along for the ride?
Sure.
Wunderbar. Meet me at the gunfield. I have a situation to diffuse.
Sorry, so PA Scurry House, like, you know, steering
Okay.
that way, so who knows? But I
So
feel
where's
like
that?
honestly, like, I do think that you could get, you know, top tier. Not top tier, yeah.
Pantheon, yes. I agree with you too. I think jury-wise, I think he might. I think the biggest problem is that he tried to quit, and that he you know brought up other social issues going beyond the house.
Alright, well, end here. I'm actually debating doing another episode. But for now, thanks for watching.